That island, there's sort of a shallow. Oh, that's a take. Let's go.
Woo! With many of the largest residents having avoided me first time around, I decided it was time to rejoin the Bayeswater Syndicate after 3 years away. Having previously caught some of the well-known fish like the coconut common at £52 and the Caribbean Queen at £47 and a whole host of other 30s and 40s, I was itching to get started.
Very carpy area. Very carpy.
In my absence, these fish have continued to grow, and at the time of my return, the 9-acre syndicate water holds around 50 carp, with the biggest rumoured to be nudging £50. There are 4 main target fish that I'd really love to catch, but to start, the plan is simple, to catch as many as I can. I hit the floor running, fishing 3 4-night sessions back to back, starting on a frosty Sunday morning at the beginning of April. Okay, so we are back at Bayeswater for the 3rd session in this April campaign series. When I left last Thursday, it was due to be very, very warm. And speaking to the bailiff this morning over there, he told me that, yeah, it reached 20 degrees in the day and a lot of fish were seen Thursday afternoon in close in front of swims 8 and 7. And they also ended up getting into the bay in 9 and round from 1. Interestingly, on that Thursday night, after it being 20 degrees, there was a 28 pounder caught from swim 5, there was 1 lost from swim 8, there was 1 foul hooked from 9, and there was a small stocky caught from swim 1 where I've got my barra at the moment. But what that means is all of the big ones are still to play for. You know, there's a lot of big fish in this lake, and we're getting deep into spring now, and at any moment the next bite could be one of the big ones, one of the ones that I really want to catch. I arrived this morning at 5 AM, you know, thinking that I'm going to see something show. It's a small lake, it's flat calm, really, really carpy dawn, like pink skies, looked absolutely perfect. But I didn't see anything, and that just seems to be a bit sort of how it's been recently. There's been more activity, it seems, in the afternoons and in the mornings, but you know, you never know. It just could switch to, I could have come this morning, found them and jumped straight on them, but as it is today, I'm looking at the lake. There's 3 people fishing, 2 of which are leaving. Peg 5 and 8 have been occupied all weekend. Those 2 swims fishing to the same body of water, 4 rods each. It's the guy over there in 5 has been doing quite a bit of casting this morning, so immediately that's an area that I'm writing that off. There's just a lot too much activities going on over there for my liking, and the guy in 8 is actually staying. Nobody has fished for the last couple of nights in swim 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now yesterday I had a little walk around with my youngest son Ted, and I saw one in this bay. It was actually the 30 pounder that I caught at the end of the first session from swim 9. But other than that, I've got nothing to go on. But it's due to be 20 degrees today. It's due to get really, really warm. And I've got, there's no rush. You know, I've got no desire to just get in a swim, put my rods out and get fishing. My plan is to really take my time. I've got 4 nights ahead of me, and I'm sure with this sun on the water, by lunchtime, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I really expect we're going to find some fish somewhere. So got my barra in swim 1, reserving a swim, good swim, a known swim that does fish in the spring, but I'm going to take my time, and I'm sure we're going to find them. Right, okay, so I've just had a little wander down into sort of the mouth of the bay from swim 1 when I suddenly heard this coo, sound that I've heard many times before. Shot round into 9, run up the ladder and see 2 black shapes sort of through the riffle almost straight away. So without further ado, time to get the barrow around there. Okay, so 2 rods on single pop-ups in position. I had a bit of a nightmare getting the first one out, but it seems I've got away with it. There's quite a few fish coming in and out of this bay. It's hard to see. There's a few small ones. I can see some smaller stockies, but there's been a couple of big dark shapes really close to my right hand rod of the 2. It's literally couldn't be looking any better. You know, there's wind trickling there, fish swimming about, passing the rigs. I mean, really shallow water. It looks really good. Also seen one jump out behind the snags in Peg 1, where we originally parked the barra. And I've also heard the croots screaming a couple of times when big old carp's gone swimming past them. So I'm obviously we're in a really good situation right at this moment, but it's whether they stay in this bay at night, which I don't often think they do. You can get stranded here, but for the minute I think it's the best place for a take right now, and we'll just play it by ear. If they start leaving, then we might have to up sticks, but for now I'm going to sit on the rods. There's a carp, there's a carp, 2 carp, 3 carp. Tempted to move, get into 1. There's more options in 1. Well, despite it looking really promising in here, I'm in one of those situations where I've got too much choice. There's definitely fish here, but I've seen more and more increasingly in the little back channel on the other side of the island, and swim 1 gets to fish that part of the lake. It also has a lot more options. Peg 1, I can fish out to the island from there. So I'm going to make a move. I'm going to reel these in, move round to the main swim in 1, but I might do a bit of stalking down in that back arm before getting the rods out for the night. Pushing on. Woo! Can you hear the old coot screaming? I think he's just spotted one. Here he goes. What are you seeing, lad? Just when you think they've all gone. He's proper upset about that. Okay, so we're heading into the evening of the first night of the 3rd session here at Bayeswater. I started in 9, round in the bay, and the fish were there. But I decided to come round to 1, mainly because it gives me more options. I felt a little bit sort of one-dimensional in that bay. And I was planning to do a little bit of stalking in this thin channel up behind the island here. But by the time I'd moved my gear into the swim and had a little look down there again, the fish were gone, and I've not seen anything since. So slightly worrying, if I'm being honest. I've had a bit of a mare getting the rods out, if I'm honest. I haven't bombed it up or anything like that, but the ducks have been absolutely on one. Yeah, there's loads of ducks, loads of tufties, and as soon as I've taken the bait boat out, they're there, you know, giving me all hell and grief. But I've got my right hand rod out on the right hand corner of the island there. It's the same spot where I caught the fully scaled last week from swim 4. I'm fishing with 2 rods on the island at the moment, both of them on stiff hinge pop-up rigs with yellow pop-ups. And in the boat I've gone for a real sort of low vis feed. I've got a handful of hemp and a little bit of a handful of these lips pellets. So maximum attraction, but hopefully not too visual for the birds. So far so good with the right hand rod. It's not been picked up, or the left hand one. And the island in the spring in previous years has been a bit of a roundabout for the carp. No matter where they are during the day, you know, they can be swimming around that island at night and you can pick them off. So I'm probably most confident in those 2 rods. I've got a zig in the mouth of the bay, a very similar area to where I caught a couple of fish and lost one when I was with Scott on the first session. It's probably about 11 foot deep out there, and I've gone in with a 6 foot zig. I was catching them previously at 4.5, but with the passage of time and the increase in temperature, I just think that the fish are likely to be that bit higher in the water. So 6 foot off the bottom and 11 foot, you know, that's, what is that? That's 5 foot down. 4 or 5 foot down is a very nice depth at this time of year, in my opinion. So quite happy with that rod. You know, it's very likely to get traffic if there's any fish moving in and out of that bay. And the 4th rod, I haven't put that out there yet. Like I say, the bird's been giving me hell and all grief, but I'm gonna fire up the barbecue and try and chill out a bit. It's been a very, very long day. It's probably like, it's gone 6 o'clock now, and I was here at 5 o'clock this morning and I have not stopped. So yeah, time to sit down, put on the barbecue, bust open a beer and see what the evening brings.